Hello, hello all. All right, let's give this just a minute. I gotta find somewhere to put this. And I guess I'll just leave it right here. Okay, let me get some stuff out of the way here because I got some signatures drying. Let me have that. I think I got everything that I need. Gotta clean my desk off. All right. So I'm going to be making, oops, there it is, the hidden, oh gosh, I don't think this box today. I wasn't going to make it this size only because, I got to get that yarn over there. I have other books that are ready to go into a box. So it's going to be this box right here. I have a few changes I'm going to do to it. And I got one of my shipments in with the Hidden Grove and House of Roses collection. So I'm not using Hidden Grove because I already have plans for that, for this paper. And I don't want to use up too much of it. And I only have a limited amount of it, and I don't want to go crazy overboard with it. But this is what it looks like. It's very Wind in the Willows. I think that probably is my favorite page right there. The one with the chunky frog. So I have plans for this one, so I'm definitely not going to use this because I need every last bit of it. So instead of House of Roses, I'm going to make a box of roses. And then what I'll probably do is decorate the outside of the box with roses or mold or something like that. So it'll work out. And then I'll have to make a matching book that can go in there. So on short notice, this is the paper I'm going to use for this. This is the Mega Pad single sided paper. I've already made one box of roses journal book that actually kind of looked like a corsage in a box, and it was a journal book. I think it was a couple years ago because they didn't have the added stuff to it. Thank you for joining. Make sure you like the live. I had to go live on TikTok separately from Restream because they're trying to fix it because I'm not a gamer. So now I'm in the right category. Now I just got to sit there and get them to connect it. Let me put this under here real quick. Okay, let me get started on that. But yes, I'm making other little books. I have a little mini book right here that I'm making right now. It's kind of like a fabric, just a regular, dang it, fabric cover book. So I have my signatures for that in the press, and well, I have like 4 presses in here, all squishing them all down. So because they're all various sizes. So that's the other one I'm working on. I have these scrap pieces here, so I don't know if I can use them yet, but we'll see. And then on Thursday, I actually came up with another hidden box idea that is way different from this one. I may do that then, or I am doing journal spreads because I got to catch up on other work stuff. I have like a whole list of stuff that I got to get done. All right, hang on. Let me put this. What did I do with my roller? All right, so the way this hidden box works is the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make this outside part, and the box in here is last because it's basically like a book cover. It's like one of my book covers because I've done book covers like that. I've done them like this, all kinds of ways. So I'm going to make the outside cover first, and then I have to wrap it with paper as I go because I don't like to do it afterwards because then you have your edges showing and everything, and I think that looks kind of tacky. So I'd rather have it wrapped, and that way it will be all ready to go. So we're going to try to get this done for 7. So let's see. I'm going to make them 8.5 by, this is just about 8.5, but I think it will work. Yeah, that should work. 8.5 by 5.5. So let me mark those. And that should take up almost the whole entire piece. Yep. So this will be like the outside covers. So let me get these and I'll get them cut. And I need to mark these. Hopefully my mods will be joining in so that way they can answer any questions. So I don't have to keep looking at the comments. I do need to, like at 6 o'clock, check my phone here so I can do the little security check. All right, and then we got the middle spine, which is also going to be 8.5 by, let's say 1 9/16. So we go, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Is that, yeah, 9. It's right in there. Okay, and then I got, let's say 1 and, okay, so I remember I was going to make the little flaps sizes different from the original one because I wanted them to lay a little bit neater. So they're going to be 8.5 by 1 3/4. And then the other flap, and I have to number these so I remember what is what and who is who. I'm going to say this is flap number 1. This is the spine. Cover 1. Cover 2. And then we have flap number 2 is 1 5/8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this one will work a little bit better. Okay, this is flap number 2. And then we have the inside liners that are going to go on the cover number 1 and 2. They are not 8.5. They are 8 by 5. And I'll probably be able to get like 1 out of this. So let me mark this side because they're smaller. And that way, and this will have a notch in it for the ribbon to go through, which I have over there. Yeah, that's right. Looks a little tilted to me. It is. It's just a hair. Okay, and so this is liner number 1. All right, let me get these cut out. Then that's because everybody's going to do those promotional things, I guess, or they just gave up. I don't know. I'm not really going anywhere. I've been doing crafting stuff like this for almost my whole entire life, so or they just ran out of ideas. That happens a lot. Especially, I knew a few people that would just sit there and copy like other creators' ideas, and that was their whole thing. And I guess if you don't really have any original ideas, it's kind of hard to grow, and then they probably get discouraged because of that, because that is important to them. So they end up not staying around because they can't, I guess, grow an imagination. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I've seen that happen quite a bit. I've seen all the trends now. I've been on TikTok since like 2021. And my old Facebook page that I don't have anymore, got rid of it, started a new one. Keep my family off of Facebook. And that I had that one since like, I don't know, 2009. And I had Pinterest since like 2009 too. So, you know, that's what happens. I could never go through all my Instagram posts because I have stuff on there from over 10 years ago. All right, liner number 1. All right, get another piece. So let's do liner number 2. Eight by 5. And then I can do some of the outside or the box part on here. And that way, I can use that up. I may have some extra pieces over here that if I don't have any extra pieces, I usually use them for other things. I scrap pieces. Okay, this is going to be liner number 2. All right, now the box part. Let me get this. This is going to be the side of the box. It's going to be 8.5, which is the same as the cover. 8.5 by 5 7/16. I have no idea where I got these measurements from. I think I just went based on whatever that book that's inside there came out to be, and I just made it a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 7/16. That's usually how I build my stuff. I build it around stuff. Okay, and this is going to be box side, we'll say number 1. Oh yeah, I collect the limited edition Polly Pockets. I have the Addams Family, Now the Office, Friends, a Harry Potter one, and what's the other one? Oh, Stranger Things. I'm hoping they make one of the Big Bang Theory. But yes, I collect Polly Pockets. I even collect the vintage ones from my childhood. That was the best Christmas that I ever had as a kid, was the year that Pollyville came out. And I got the Pollyville huge playset. Oh my gosh, that was the best ever. And I'm like, why did I grow up and get rid of them? So now I'm slowly collecting them back again. I have them all put up in a box. All right. Okay, so this other side, what did I say? Box. I call that box side number 2. Okay, so this will be box side number 2, which is 8.5 by 5 7/16. So And then we'll just have I think the last two things are just the sides. And then that's it. I went a little cross-eyed. So let's do this. Okay, this will be box side number 2, not 1. All right, and then we got the 2 end pieces of the box. That will be 1 3/8 by 5 7/16. So we'll have to do the 5 7/16. So 1 and, what did I say, 3/8? Oh, 1. I was like, that don't look right. Wait a minute, that looks way too small. So 1 3/8. Okay, and then they're 5 7/16. Oh, I love them. I do. I love them too. I have an obscene amount now. They're up above me up here and right in front of me. I have a bunch of them here because I'm running out of room. I need like just a bookshelf for those. I like using them as watercolors though. I probably use them more for that than I actually do to write with. Okay, so this is going to be this box end and box end, number 1 and 2. Okay, so I think that is it. We'll see. Okay, box side number 2. Okay. All right. So, like I said, let me put this in my scrap pile. I forgot to check my scrap. I always do that. And then I end up with more scraps. I'll put them right there. What do with? Oh. Okay. Let's see. Got liners, box, liner, cover. I have other things up here, so I don't want to get them all mixed up. Spine, flap, flap. Okay, that goes with that. Okay, so this is what we're doing, just to recap. So we got cover number 1, cover number 2, then we got spine. So basically that's like a book cover right there. Then we have liner number 1 that will go right here, and it will notch out a hole for the ribbon. Liner number 2 will go there. And then we have flap number 2 over here, flap number 1 over there. And then we have our box that's basically going to go right here with the 2 end pieces like that. We're good so far? Oh, I hate writing, so I like, ugh. I don't have bad handwriting, but I don't like doing it. So now we're going to put all the little, papers and stuff all on it. Look like I'm building a little house here. Okay, that's fine. This would be a good one. Plain ones are good for, I like that. I'm just going to pull out the ones that I like. So, which is always hard for me. I can never decide. I like that though. I use that for something. That one may be good for the flaps. I don't know. Then we got tags, viney stuff. We got a roof. I need to make another house book and use that for a roof. Okay, let me see what we got to work with here, and then we'll wrap up whatever we can if I need something else then. All right, so I think I want this to be like the cover, that side, because it's pretty. All right, so let me do that first. And this is like almost exactly how I wrap my actual journal books. I think I'm going to do it like that. Yeah. I'm going to do this side that way. Always run out right when I'm starting. All right. And sometimes I'll take like papers like this, and if I want to make it like vintagey looking or something, I will distress it before. Hang on one second, let me look here so I can see where to put this. I'll distress it before I put it on there. There we go. All right. Yeah, that'll be good. Hang on a second. I got something sticky on my scissors. Ah! I'll wash that off when I'm done. Okay, let me get all that excess out. All right, looks pretty good. This is one side. The cover, let me put that right there. Keep one of these handy. All right, let me get rid of all this. I try to clean up as I go, or it will look like I was robbed. So we don't want that. All right, all right, cover number 2. This will be the bottom. I think let me go with the roses here. That'll match really well. Good thing is too is I don't really have to pick that much of a spot. All right. Yep, you happen. I've been on live. My live schedule is in my bio, and it's Tuesdays at 5 Eastern time and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But yep, I've been live, I think, every single week now. here in March. I have no life, apparently. No, I'm kidding. What time is it? 5:35. Okay. I got to pay attention to the doodad up here. But I like to stream from like Restream. I don't like to stream directly from TikTok, but they're fixing my thing now because I was lumped in with gamers. It may, you know what? Now that I think about it, it may have gotten mixed up with my other account, which is a gaming account, because I did get a notification that I could go live on there, but I haven't. Because I guess I had enough followers or something. I don't know. So maybe they got it mixed up because they are connected. I don't know. Well, but if you follow my Facebook page, 4 Girls Stole My Heart, you can see all my, I'm on there right now on YouTube. I know a lot of people say, oh, I haven't seen you in my FYP for a while. That's usually because you're on the actual FYP page and not on who you're following tab. I didn't know that for the longest time. And I was like, why am I seeing all these random people who I don't even follow? I want to see actual people I follow on there. And then you have to switch the tab over. So now all I do is I look at that tab. And sometimes I'll look at the FYP. But if you don't want to like see a whole bunch of nonsense on the FYP, just click on who you follow. It's a lot easier. Oh, look how pretty. Let me squeeze all this gunky gunk out. All right, cover number 1 and 2. Now let me do the spine to that so we can hook a flap, flap, flap. And then we'll do the flaps. And the flaps can be the tricky part. This is like, I'm used to it because it's my book design, but other people don't get used to it because of the weird things that I do. Let's see. So we'll essentially be like this, and that part doesn't really matter too much. I don't even think it. Oh, I just went. That's exactly what I thought. Let's just use one of these. I don't want to dirty up another piece of paper. Yeah, I do too. Sometimes. If I get I swear, you know what I do though? My dumb self will sit there and like click on something weird, and then all of a sudden my FYP is filled with that. And I'm like, I got into the wrong side of TikTok. I need to get out of here. I can't jump off the crazy train now. That's what happens to me. Like, I'll see something really bizarre, and I'm like, then that's all I'll see. And I'm like, oh no, why did I do it? Why did I click on that video? Like, have all regrets all the time. I know. I'm like, oh gosh, I just opened this app. I'm on the wrong side of TikTok. I need to get back to my safe space. It's always out. And my husband will be like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't even know how I got here." You know what? Before I forget, I need to, there it is. There we go. Okay. So, oh, isn't that cute? It looks stained. That would drive me crazy. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's attach these. And then we're going to do flap 1, flap 2. All right. Whoop. Knocking everything over. It's always a cure. You know what it is? It's because we get too curious. Like Alice in Wonderland. We go down the rabbit hole and then we get stuck. And we're like, wake up. So if I was making a book, there's the cover. Okay, but let me move this one over just a teeny. There we go. So, which would be a pretty cover. All right, let's get this part. Now we got, here, let me move this out of the way. So I can do, what am I doing? Oh, flaps. That's what I said I was doing. Do flaps. And before we stick on the liners, I got to wrap them, but I also got to etch out a hole for it. Because if I put it on, then I can't put it on yet because of the, well, I could probably put one on, but I got to attach the ribbon on. You guys will understand what I'm talking about. Let me get another piece of paper. Now, flap number 1 is going to be the biggest one that's going to go over the top. And so, okay, this is where it could get tricky. All right, so let me do this. Let me put some stuff on it. It's kind of like how I do the spine, except you don't need both sides to be like long, you know, like wings. It doesn't need, it's a one wing bird, so to speak. So like right here, we just need this one wing right here. We don't need another wing over here because this is where it stops. And what you can do is you can do the little two wing thing and then just fold it over if you want to. But it's kind of not necessary because we're going to have a liner in here anyway. But when you fold it over, that's where my magnet is right there. So that's what you want to do. Okay, so the shorter end is going to be, let me think, hold on, I got to now I got to think. Is longer end's going to be on this side. So let me just, this is just going to be normal. Like that. And then we're going to make this side a little bit longer, like we did with the spine. Just like that. And we'll use this for the other flap. This is the instructions and tutorial on this. Since they are, let me see, what am I on? YouTube and Facebook also. If you follow my YouTube channel, you'll see the replay of this. I actually saw this book design one time in a book, and it just had a picture of somebody's, they had done a bunch of stuff to it, and it said artwork by blah 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 blah. So I saw how it worked and figured out how to do it. So these measurements and stuff, I usually make them to go with my books, whatever book is going in there, whether it's big, small, whatever. Okay, so this one is the one that's going on the cover, front cover, this right here. Okay, so this is going to go like this because we're going to have a liner that goes over this. So I'm going to glue this like this and put my magnet. Hold on, I gotta get a magnet. I gotta get a. Figure out which way I gotta put. I always get these mixed up for some reason. Okay, I got it. I need to get those strips, magnetic strips, instead of the little dot kind. That way they're not so bulky. Okay. Let me put a little bit more sticky stuff there. Almost forgot to put the magnet in. I knew. I always forget something. I'm like, oh no. All right, here. So then this is going to go right here. You going to come give me a smooch?
I didn't want to bother you, but...
Like my little bear's outfit came. Isn't it the cutest ever?
Your little bear. Ruby had to show me her little bear. She was very tickled with it.
I know. I couldn't keep it a secret from her until Easter.
I know how you are.
Well, the other two were going nutso in here about them, so... Alright, let me get this on, and then I'm going to get the other flap on, and then I'll check the comments. I try to... Oh, that looks like that. One of my Stamperia boxes got delivered. The other one's still in transit.
Was it DHL that brought it?
No. It was post office. I was shocked.
Maybe they had to change their part.
Or they hired somebody young who ain't going to complain. Okay, so then that's going to go over like this. So see, we haven't made the box part yet. That's it. All right, so let me set this over here. I want to put the other little flap. Oh, there it is. I had glue all over my hands. All right. Get this one on. Let me check the comments real quick before I forget. I know, but I would probably double up on them. Oh, thank you. They do have some industrial strength ones that are strong enough. Not like the bendy stuff that comes in a roll. These don't. They can. You have to like cut them with like clamps and stuff. Okay, now this side has to be long over here because this is flap number 2. And then I could probably put, I don't know if I'll put the magnet. I'll probably put it on top. All right, get this. Okay, here in a few minutes, I gotta keep an eye on the, you know, that security thing. Usually it comes on after an hour. And it's been a while because I haven't streamed from actual TikTok. I like to stream from Restream because they just hit them all at once and there we go, you know what I mean? So, thank you for the follows. Be like, welcome to Thunderdome. Probably didn't need to make it that long, but that's okay. This in. And I'll probably bring the camera just a teeny bit lower because I can't, I'm short. I can't see. I have to like lift my head all the way up just to see up there. Let me turn this down just a little bit. All right, where'd it go? It's stuck to something. I know it. Oh, it's stuck to my scissors. I knew it. Okay, so it's got to go down like... Make sure this is in the right spot. Oh my gosh, it's like right on the money. I always put them upside down. Let me flip it back. Stop sticking. Stop sticking. All right, let me try it real quick. I'm just testing it on here. Wait a minute. It's got to go. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I can do? I'm going to actually wait because I need to put the liner on first and it needs to come over here. Got overzealous. That's probably what I did last time. And then I was just like, screw it, I'm putting it on the outside. All right. I'll zoom back out as soon as the security thingamabobber comes on. Yeah, that'll happen. All right, let me get another wipe without sticking that one all up. Oh, thank you for the gifts, you guys. And the likes and all that good stuff. I know everybody can find me now. I'm not stuck in the gamer world. Can you imagine being into games and stuff and then you're scrolling through and you're seeing somebody do something like this? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I know. I don't know why I'm here. All right. Oh, that fits so much better. See, look. Look, look, look. See what I mean? That's what I was trying to go for the first time. So I made it a little bit longer than that one. All right. Now comes the meat and potatoes. Before we do the box sides, what I need to do is I've got to liner 1 and 2. I'm going to notch out where I need to notch out first. That way, when I cover it with paper, all I got to do is just poke out that area, which will be nice. Let me put this over here so it doesn't fall down in my face. Okay. Now, I pretty much just kind of like guess because it really just depends on your ribbon that you're using. So in the liner, I would say it's probably like 2" by 4, like 4 from each side. That sounds like something weirdness I would do. Hang on, let me put this. Let me get all this stuff out of my way. And if you want to do this, now one way you can do it is if you have a crocodile, you could kind of use that to kind of notch out the hole. If you're not as steady with that blade, that's one option. So you could start it, and then you can kind of don't use an X-Acto knife on chipboard because you'll break it. It's just a different kind of knife makeup, if that makes any sense. So let me see, from here I'm gonna do 4 inches. These are 8 inches. Hold on. Two by 4, so right in the middle, 4 inches. I'll do it the easy way. See, last time I did this, I just kind of like eyeballed it, and then I just matched up the liner with that. So if you're not into measuring stuff like I'm not, then this would be how you do it. And then we're probably going to go like 2 inches. Oh, hang on. All right, got it. Ha ha ha. Sorry, I had to do the security thing. All right, then I'm going to mark like 2 inches from here. And that's where we're going to put it. Now, this one, I made it like the length of the ribbon. Let me get my ribbon out of this drawer. Ooh, okay. So I have pretty much every color like this, but I think that pink will probably be the best right off the bat. So this ribbon is probably about 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to make our hole just a tiny bit bigger than that. And right here where we started, the 2 inch from here, this is where it's going to be closest to the box part that's going to be in the middle. So this is 3/8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put this right about here. I make it a shade bigger than that, so that way it has room to grow. And basically it's just going to be like probably about 1/8 of an inch thick. It's going to look like that. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to do the next liner. So this is liner number 2 that goes over on the right side of the book. So this one, let me split it in the middle, which will be 4 inches. Split it down there. Now, since it's going to be 2 inches from this side now, so I'm going to mark it right here. Let me turn this around. And then it's going to be a little bit more than 3/8 of an inch. And about 1/8 of an inch in width. As long as it can get in there and move freely, then you're good. If it's like right on the money, then just make it a little bit bigger, like I'm doing right now. It's probably about maybe like a half an inch, I would think would be the best. Yeah, probably half an inch. That way you have an exact measurement instead of just about. Just make sure they're kind of even in the middle. So that way you know that if it intersects that 4-inch mark, you're good. So if you put it down at a quarter of an inch mark and then just draw ½ inch, then you'll be good. So like that. So let me fix. So when this one gets put in, it's going to go this way. So you see how it's kind of closer to this side and this one's closer to that side? That's what we want. So let me fix this one. I'm going to make it a ½ inch too. Let me make it. And then when we do the box sides that are going to be standing up, before we put them on, we're going to do the same exact thing. So the ribbon is going to be under this, starting right here, under this, come out of this hole, go through the side of the box one hole, through to the other side of the box side, and then in here, and then glued over here. So if that makes sense. So let me cut these out. Get this out of the way. And then we can line them. And we can't glue both of them down yet because we have to do the box and get the ribbon through the box. Then we can glue the other liner number 2 down. So that's how we need to do it. I cut myself. Don't worry, I do it all the time. I'll be good. As long as it ain't too deep and I have to have stitches, I'm good. Alright. That one. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the box side real quick. That's going to be box side 1, box side 2, and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, I think I wrote it down. Let me make sure that I got this before I put liner on it. So these are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to measure from the end, 4 inch from this end. I'm going to go 4 inches from this end. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's like a ½ an inch. See, I knew what I was doing. I just didn't realize it. Not at the time, anyway. since it's not a completely 8.5 because they're off just a hair. I like to. Okay, and then what did I say? 2 3/4 to the middle. Here, let me do this. Pencil is hard to see. Usually I use pen. I can usually see that better. Okay, so 2 3/4. Gonna be right about there. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so this is the upper side. I'm put it like that. So it would go like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make like a little box right under the 2 3/4 line like that. So here's where I measured it 2 3/4 right there. Make it like a 1/8 box under that. So then when it goes there, where's my phone? It will have a spot to weave the ribbon through. Also, if you're using a box cutter, make sure it's a fresh blade. That'll help. Okay, so there's that. Let me put that to the side. Do this one, and then we're going to wrap these suckers, put them together. It'll take a bit for it to like dry, so you don't want to like mess with it right away. Please don't mess with it. I get impatient. We'll do that. And then I end up having to re-glue it. All right, so I'm going to do 2 3/4 from, let's see, box side up. It would be the same. Box side up would be this way, since it's vertical. This part is the part we're going to cut out. All right. I think we're good now. We're good. Yay. Okay. We're going to start with liner 1. Yeah, okay. I also need to put a liner in the book before I forget. If I don't, I will forget. I'll try to put this in there. I don't want to see any of the chipboard. I'll do that as soon as I get this. We went this way. Hang on. I needed to do this on the other side. All right. This can be... No, this will work. I'll just do them both like this with things up. And then this will end up being like liner number 2 and then liner number 1. See, I tell you, it's so confusing. I don't even know how I do this stuff. You know what it is? It's because I could sit here and do it when I'm not on live. And I'll have headphones on and I'm just in my own little world, own little bubble. And I don't have to like explain anything to anybody except for myself. And that makes it a little bit easier. Okay, and then put a liner in there. Book. I'll flip all these first. Make sure you guys are hitting all the likes if you're on TikTok, on Facebook, or if it even does, I don't know. I don't know. When I look back at some of the things I've done, I'm like, where the heck was I when I did this? Because I don't remember even doing this. Or if somebody tries to, like, my dad is an engineer and he will sit there and he'll be like, how did you do this? And I'm like, I have no idea. And he'll be like, well, what good are you? You know, because he's so literal and he just wants like the technical stuff, you know. So when I show him stuff, he's like, oh, that's cool. How did you do this? How did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. And and he just sends me that emoji that has the straight face. And I was like, well, I don't know. It was a while ago. I slept since then. I have to do stuff like every single day to remember. That's why, like my journal books, my standard journal books are like, I could do them in my sleep because I've made so many of them. Those are easy. But then if I start doing a new book, I'm like, I have to work out all the kinks. But I like to challenge myself that way. Yeah, this will work. So be liner number 1. Okay. Let me put, I'll do dag on this. And I'm going to get some more paper out. I'm using House of Roses because some of it just came. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really have too much of a project to do with that one. I'm usually one trick pony too when it comes to books. Like I will not do repeat books because I don't like to. I don't repeat myself. I don't know why. I just don't. Let me find another. Let me see if I can find something to match. I get like super burnout if I do like the same thing over and over and over and over again. I guess I can use. Where'd that one go? Oh, I'll use it. Make sure I don't put it down. Alright, let me look here. Put it like. Alright, I guess it works. Hi, Donna. And you don't have to use paper if you don't want to with this. If you use paint, though, remember that it's going to warp your chipboard. So just be leery of that. Whoa! And also try to keep the glue on the paper. Alright. Well, actually, that came out a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, so 1 and 2. Alright, let me get liner for the inside. Because the inside, you have to kind of connect. I don't want to pick anything too fancy. Let me do this. There we go. Alright, here's this. Move all this over. Now, this is something I've never done before. Um, not right there, so I know where it is. Okay. Time to. All right, let me cutter. Let me experiment. I don't know how this one's gonna work. It may work. It probably won't, but it may. Where did I just have that notch? There it is. It took me a minute. I think this will work. Yeah. My handwriting upside down kind of freaked me out for a second. Oh, I put glue there. I forgot. Hang on, I got crooked somehow. I usually look at it from the top. That's what I thought. Let me cut this off, because if I don't, it's just going to be crooked and it's going to drive me crazy. I usually do this in 1, 2, 3 pieces. It's easier. And you can use different liners if you're doing it for like a book. is kind of nice. Oh, I actually put that straighter than I thought. Now, 1 second. I gotta choose a different light when I'm like doing lives because there's a glare and I can't see. Probably because my phone and stuff is in the way. Which way does this go? This way. Ooh, it's just a hair too small. This will actually, yeah, I could still use this over here. Make sure I have it the right, yeah. Okay, so I need to crease this. I'm not going to pay too much attention to this because it's really not going to show that much. Just like maybe the edges a little bit, but that's like it. Let me see. This may not go through here. Let me see if it will. They're pretty strong. No, I probably won't. I'm going to end up having to put that on top again. That's probably why I did put it on top now that I think about it. Because I was like, oh, they ain't going to go through chipboard. It probably could. It just won't hold like a leg. All right. Get this other liner in here. Oh, the glue. The glue. mark it right about there. Let's see where it is here. Right. Let's trim this. That's what I meant to cut. I think I need to replace my blade. Just finish cutting that. There we go. There it is. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. I use Crafter's Pick Ultimate. Sometimes I use Beacon, but not usually. I can't stand that stuff. It's too, it takes too long to dry, and it's gooey, and it stinks. I can't stand it. All right, let me get this side down first. It is, and acetone that's in it eats everything. And it's supposed to be like, you know, it can hold like a bunch of stuff and everything. No. Crafter's Pick Ultimate does everything. It does metal, it does wood, it does paper, it does glass, and it's cheaper. I actually have some bottles. I have to add them to my Etsy shop. I keep forgetting to do that because I ordered some for myself and I didn't need that many bottles. I use it, but I don't go through it that quick. I'm sorry if I'm moving so much that you guys are having trouble seeing. I'm sorry, I'm always all over the place. Okay. So, there we go. I'll put the magnet on. I'm all done. It will have to go on the outside. All right. Now, here comes the fun part. So, we have liner number 1. We're going to just put in the middle here like that. Just make sure you kind of have the same amount on each side. Probably like maybe a 1/4 of an inch. Top, bottom, left, right. Because then you want it the same on the other side. So we're going to take this and I'm going to cut it longer than what I need because it's better to be too long than too short. Because once you glue it down, you can't fix it. let me get this. And if you're doing like a bigger book, I would recommend like maybe 2, but that's tricky trying to get it just right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it through here, just like that. Okay. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to glue it to this part first instead of trying to glue it to the thingy. And then it'll be like double glued. You know what I'm saying? Like we got extra strength here, like this. We're not going to put the other liner on until we get the box because we got to be able to weave that sucker through there. So it's going to be kind of a hassle because it's going to be in the way. And let's see, I'm just trying to make sure that I have, yeah. So this is what we are going for right there. And yeah, closest one is there. And then we got to get it to go through the box right there and then to the other side. So that's what we're working on. It's actually upside down. It goes this way. There we go. Or if your book is heavy, like this one's kind of heavy, and I probably should have done 2, but I was kind of just doing it just to do it, you know. So yeah, you want to line up your liners, and your liners have to be the same on both sides. Fabrics what? Wait a minute, would you say fabrics? Okay, so put extra right here. Because the only part that really has to move of the fabric is what's in the box. Use your flap too to kind of see if it's even. Yes, it works on fabrics. You'll have to go look it up. It's at the beginning of my live. You can look it up on YouTube or Facebook because I don't have my notes right here. I just covered them over with something, paper. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I stream from YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I could stream from Instagram, but nobody cares on there. Okay, so this other panel will go over here after you get the middle thing. Okay, so I'm going to put that away now. Okay, so this is going to be wrapped up just like I did this one. And then I'm going to build the box with the sides first because it's easier. And then glue it. Well, no, I'll have to probably put it. No, I'll do it this way because then it will be easier to thread it through. I did that last time. I sat there. I put the box in and I'm like, oh, crap. All right, so let me get some liner. I need, where'd that go? Oh, there. Let me find a good one. Because this is going to be showing all the goody stuff. So we kind of want it to be like pretty. Gotta be pretty. So I'm just gonna get these pieces out. This big huge clock that I ain't got a clue what to do with. It's some pop-up thing or something. I don't know. All right. Put these here. Okay, so these are going to be sideways. So if I do it, I'm going to put it sideways like this because it'll be easier. And I'm going to put this, let me move this over here. Is this the one I was using? No. And I mean, if you want to put a lining in it, that's up to you. I don't think anybody's really going to care that much. But if you do put a lining in it, you got to account for that hair of a space. Because if you don't, it will mess up your thing. However, I did make the box just a tiny bit bigger. So it might not. Hang on, I'm going to hold this up so I can see. That way I can get all the pretty stuff. Okay, there we go. Luckily, this isn't double-sided, so you can see. And then we just got the little box ends over here. And then glue it all together, and that's all she wrote. I have some signatures in my press down here. I'm using some decal edged paper. So I think that book should work in here when it is all done. Oh, I can't believe, I thought it was already past 7. Oh, hold on a minute. Come on, focus. Focus. I think there's a weird reflection on my camera. There we go. I think we're good. Sorry. Sometimes I see that it's out of focus, and then I'm like, oh. And they're all like that. All the best ones, I've looked it up, trying to find a better camera for that, and they're like, that's as good as you're getting. I'm gonna stick this side down just so it's smaller. All right. Echo. Turn volume down. Echo. Echo. Well, it's completely shut down. Echo. Oh, the thing is spazzing out. If I have the volume up too high, I'll get nabbed on YouTube, and it will be silent, and you don't want it silent. But now I think it broke it. Didn't want to listen to me no more. Ah, it's perfect. So these, I'm making the pictures like kind of sideways that way because this is the side of the box. I'm going to cut this out. Echo. Thing is such a heifer sometimes, I swear. I know. You know what's funny though is my husband and I will be sitting in here and we say random stuff. I could call one of the kids by their name and it will sit there and be like bing, and I'm like, but if you sit there and you say echo, it doesn't do nothing. I figured out though, if you say pickle, it responds to that more than it responds to echo. I don't know why. Like pickles, I guess. Weird, but okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, we'll do this one. I know, things so weird. Okay, got them both facing the right way. All right, so the only part that's going to need paper next is just the side pieces, and then that will be it. Oh, yeah. We'll glue them all together. Don't tell me what see. All right, let me hold this up so you can see. Put it, I think, like right about there. Echo. That thing really is not listening to me now. Oh my god! It's just I can't with that thing anymore. I just, it's annoying. Now it's like in the middle of a song or something. Isn't that weird? I think you need an update. That's what I think. I'm surprised, honestly, they still work. They are the first generation Alexa devices. I mean, they work good, so if it's not broke, you know, why would you get new ones? I hate replacing stuff. I'm so cheap. Hello, hello. My husband says I'm so cheap. I don't even like buying necessities like food. I'm like, do we really need that? And he's like, yes, we really need that. Do we really need toilet paper? I swear we just bought some. That stuff's so expensive. You're getting up there with eggs. You know, luckily our eggs are only like $3.69 though. They haven't been really that high, but in Tennessee, not really that expensive here. It's just hard, only when they have them. They do sell out quite a bit. I lost my wife. Get another one. Oh, the funniest thing, Ella, my mini me, basically, she really thought I named her after this song. And I was like, no. And she was convinced, and she was telling her sister, Mama named me after the Umbrella song. And I was like, no, I didn't. I named you after Ella Enchanted. Hello, Germany. Oh, I wouldn't want to replace it either. I don't even like Apple products, but I have an iPad for designing only out of necessity. And that's the only time I use it. And I watch movies on it, usually, and my lives. I got that on right now over here so I could see the comments. And that's like it. But if you try to have me do anything else on it, I'm like, nope. Nope. Okay. There we go. So that's that side, that side. Let me put these liner pieces on. I'm going to use that. $7. Oh, I couldn't even imagine. But that's Philadelphia, though. It seems like all the inner cities, like I'm sure in Nashville or something, it's probably super expensive. But it seems like if you're in the city, you're going to pay like a lot. Oh, I know. I can't. Like, I would be like looking at my phone all the time. I couldn't do that. Uh-oh, I think I hear my Ruby Q. Is that my cookie I love so much? She's kind of lurking outside my door. My husband had to go to work today, and he's all bummed now. He likes not having to when he works from home, and he has to go into the office like once a week. And you think like they were so terrible to him when he comes home, and they don't. He just doesn't like it. He likes to stay home and dress like 45-year-old man. You know how they dress, the sandals, shorts, no sleeves, and do that. And he has to wear his whole get up and stuff when he goes to work, and he hates it. Has to have like 12 security badges and that x-ray thing, that tells them how radioactive they are. Keys, all that stuff, and he hates it. And I'm like, oh, poor baby. Look at that. It's just now 7 o'clock, and we're about to put the whole thing together. Woo woo. I'll put this like right there. That way I can overlap it. Yep. He's a mechanical engineer in research and development for PET scans and cyclotrons. So he kind of works in like nuclear medicine. But he worked for the guy, the company who actually invented the PET scan before. He had to travel all the time. He doesn't as much anymore, thank goodness. Although he did have to go to San Francisco. And he said, do you know there's an app that tells you where somebody has like squatted on the road and went potty. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And he said, look, it's really bad. And I was like, the heck? I was like, that's terrible. Yeah. But they work in developing better PET scan technologies. The last company he worked for, they actually had a portable way, or could do a single dose of, the cancer detecting glucose substance stuff. They could actually manifest a single dose, but the FDA here wouldn't approve it. Why, I don't know. You think they would want it, but other places around the world loved it, especially like in Bulgaria, Newcastle, France, Germany, Russia. All those places have it to where you have a single dose, so you don't have to go in all at the same time, like with a bunch of people, and have a scan done. It comes on like a little cart now, and they can almost like like an ultrasound cart, and then they can inject you, a single dose injection instead of big batch. Yeah, but they won't approve it here. So, but they approve it everywhere else in the world. They just don't. I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't want the technology here. But and he had to test it on himself, and stuff. And they got it all fine and dandy. So he had to travel a lot with that. And it was a pain because I had 3 children within 5 years. So him traveling all the time was awful. Okay, I'm going to do this in kind of like sections here. So these two don't really matter too much as long as they're like that hole's even. So what I'm going to do, we are behind on everything. It's unbelievable. I mean, from him, like the chip reader, the chip in our credit cards, that has been around for like 20 years, 20 plus years in like Europe and the UK and all that stuff. And it's just like, and we just get it, what, like, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, something like that. But it's been around like since the almost early 2000s. It's crazy. And you're just like, we're just now catching up. All right, let me stick this one. I'm going to stick this one in here to get it out of the way. So when it's standing up, when it's fully open like this, you want your ribbon to be straight, and it needs to be completely up and not sagging. Okay, if it's sagging, that means that your book's going to sag. We want it up because this is the highest point when it's raising your book. And no tipping. There's no tipping over there either. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I need my side pieces to kind of keep this upright. Let me see. I kind of did them inward, I think, like this. Let me move this one. I'll move this one over because this is okay. Okay, I'm just going to start it right about there. I gotta make sure that, let me move this one. Ooh. And I'm trying to get this even. All right, let me put this one on over here so I can see where we're at. They go innie or outie. I mean, it went innie with one and outie with another. You stay there. Get this real quick. One of those things that you just have to like kind of manipulate, set up, and then see how it kind of works out like that. So one of these are kind of inward, like in the inside, and one of them's kind of on the outside. All right. And then what I usually do is I'll put some more glue in the inside just to, and you know, kind of like you're caulking your bathroom. You just want to kind of, you know, scrape it. I mean, the book won't really be down there too much because it's going to be on the thing, but it's always good to get it settled. I can start staying put. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this tight. I'm gonna put some glue right here. Okay, let me get this set and even so that way I can see what's happening here. Oh yeah, they don't tip at all. They got rid of tip it. They hate tipping culture. They think it's toxic and they just pay like a living wage kind of thing. Hang on, I want to fix this before I start sticking. Which way does this go? Forward, backward. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, did I make it that way again? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright. So fix this a little bit. I may have made this side way too short. I don't know how I did that. It's not that big of a deal. I can always make another piece and put it on there, but I hate doing that. This side's good. Oh, wait a minute. You know what it is? I don't have the, I gotta put the liner on. Dirt. Okay. I'll fix that here in a second. I just wanted to make sure that it could close. Okay, so this one goes this way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weave it in here. Okay, so we want it to be kind of like, it's actually easier too when you're looking at it this way. It's probably not easy for you guys, but if you make one, it's easier to see it that way. Let me get that off. Okay, and we're just gonna do that. That way it sticks. All right, so I put a little bit of glue right here on the board, so that way when it just go down, it'll kind of stick. All right. Then, that's what it was. That's freaking me out. Okay, I'm gonna glue this in. And then put some right here. Oh yeah, that's good. I want to get glue bits all over my hands. Okay, so then when there's a book in there, the weight of the book will pull it down, and then it will go over. And I'll have to fix that. I think I made this part, it's like I made it too short, but I don't know how I would have. No, it's not too short. It's just this flap is in a weird spot. But this one works good. Unless I did it. Wait a minute, does it go this? No, definitely didn't do it that way. You know what I might have done? Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Where's my ruler? I know I measured. hate trying to measure. No, that's right. And this side is the same size. Again, I'm just checking my measurements. What did I say they were? 5 7/16. Yeah. Let's see. That is 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/16. 5 and 7/16. I have to figure this one out. Usually, if it's an obvious thing, I could tell right away, but I don't know. Let me see. Let me look at it a little bit. Oh, you know what I did? I think I made it shorter by going that way. Okay, so far, measurements are right. They look good. Oh, I know what I did. I decided to make them longer, and they're pushing. Okay, that's what the dealio is. I got it. Okay, so I will definitely say, hold on, I'm going to fix this by pushing this out. And I think this will work. There I go, trying to fix a problem with the last one, and then I created a new problem. But that's okay, we'll get it fixed. I'm going to kind of push these outward. I just saw something flash. Yeah, the ribbon won't go in until the book's in there. I'll take that book out here in just a second. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take this one. I'm trying to take this one and shift it just a little bit. If I could shift it just a little bit, it will kind of make it a little bit better. All right, let me glue that. Next time I'll just stick to the thing that I had and just fix one side, not both. I was trying to fix the flaps on this other one so they would lay a little bit flatter. And I didn't need to fix them both. I just needed to fix one, but I fixed them both. All right, here, let me get a... I don't usually put a book in it until it's more dry, but let me re-glue this and get it wiped down, and then I will. What I usually do is I'll try it out, and then if it works okay, then I'll like put the glue in everywhere else. It's when you can reinforce it with glue in places. And I'm just trying to get the glue off my fingers before it drives me crazy. It might be creating a little bit of bulk. Let me see. Here, I move this. This one is. It. Where's the? Which side is the one? This one. See, it's too far over. So what I need to do. See, this one is like kind of perfect. I mean, I could just make it to where it just goes like that, but then it won't like lay flat. Hang on. I'm trying to think of what can I do to kind of make it to where I would think, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go the opposite way. Let me do this. This way I don't stick books in there because it's not ready for that. So I'm going to make it kind of bulkier. See, this one's perfect. This side's perfect. This is what I need right here. It's because this one for some reason is just too short. And I don't want to push on it anymore. Here, let me do this. Let me fix this. And that way I can final glue it. Because that's easy to fix. So flap is easy because I could just cut that off and fix it. That's not that big a deal. And I make it look pretty. I could also just leave one flap somehow. I'm going to do it like this. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to leave it for just a couple of minutes. I may hit it with a heat gun too, just to kind of speed it up. I promise the next time I make something, I will write it down right then and there instead of trying to rebuild it like a year from when I actually made it. Which is annoying, I know. Ugh. All right. So let me let this dry and I will find this solution. Let me do this. Let me wipe this off and I'm going to use this to kind of push the fabric down and then we should be good. Or what I could do, looking at this one, because the other one kind of does that. Here, let me push this in. There we go. That actually made it better. All right. I don't want to push on it because then, so right here, it's actually pretty good. It is a little bit over a little because I just moved it, but that's not that big of a deal. But let me think of what I can do to fix that mess. All right. Let's score this just a little bit more so we have more wiggle room. Oh, that looks pretty though. Here, let me get all this glue junk that came off of my thing. So right here is the problem itself. You know what I need to do is I need to make the flap away from that. Okay, let me think. Okay, I got an idea. Don't freak out. Nobody freak out, because if you freak out, I'll freak out too. All right. Ugh. I told you Crafters Pick glue was good. All right. What I'm going to do, well, that seems to be good and drying. Oh, I can't get that in there. I am going to take this off, reposition it, scoot it under here, pull it out a little bit. All right, dance. Sounds like my grandma. Let me get something to drink. This is when I need some golden Oreos. That's my go-to. There we go. That sounded weird. So what I can do, I might be able to use this. Let me do it this way. And just put a little mark in there. Okay. Where is sticky glue? Gotta fill up my glue here. Ah, thought I could dig that out more than that, but I guess not. Actually, let me just put this over all the way. That's like just the right amount of length that I'm gonna need here. Let me fix this side. I'm just kind of folding this over so it will tuck on up in there. Oh yeah, I did go far enough. I thought I did. That's a little bit better. That'll work. Okay. All right. Why are you freaking out? Oh, are you kidding? I've done this kind of stuff all the time. I've taken a whole entire book apart and then put it all the way. I put the spine holes on the wrong side of the book and completely, like most people would like throw it away. Nope. I did some rearranging. Oh, wait till you see. All right. So this right here, I put some glue in there so it will stay. There are no mess ups in art. There's just redos. And that's exactly what we want. So, all right, I gotta let this dry for a few minutes. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I got lights right here. I got all kinds of stuff. Where? Let's see. I got white. I think white will go probably best. I just got to make sure that it can flap over. Oh, and it'll help if I can get that off of there. I got some, let's see, it's looking pretty good. I don't want to pull on it because it's still kind of drying. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to put some ribbon. All right. Oh, actually, that works right there. And I'm only going to glue it. I'll glue it very loosely. I usually do this on the spine of my books, and after it dries, it can still wiggle around. So I had ribbon out because I was planning on putting it on the edges of the book anyway. I didn't put it any on this one, mostly because I just like, okay, I built the box, I'm done. And because it was going in another box. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I have another box that one actually goes in. My iPad box that I already did. Oh, thank you. I can't wait to see it. I'm almost done.
Are you, baby?
Yep. I had a little hiccup and gave everybody a heart attack at the same time. I'm just finishing this up. I'm almost done at glue here, so. Whoop. Let me move this down just a hair. Whoa, dude. Everything. What the heck? Hang on. Everything just came crashing down. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's perfect. It still moves very good. I always put a little bit of glue here on the end so that it doesn't like fray or anything. All right. Yeah, just make sure you make that end a little bit longer or hang it out just a little bit. If you do that, the measurements will all be the same. Nothing will change with that. You'll just have to, like I said, hang it out. Which way does it go again? Oh, I kind of don't want to move it, but. And then you'll be good. It's actually good too to reinforce these little cracks right here like this too, because with extra glue and ribbon actually helps. Make sure we're even. Let me do the other side and then I'll test the opening. I like this paper. I would have made the whole box just in this sheet. That's funny too, because my husband asked me the other day if I had a superpower, what would it be? And I was like, I'd be a master builder, like on the Lego movie. Well, if you do, just if you've placed an order with me, just let me know and I'll combine them. All right, now let me see how I can test this to open it. Never put lace on the little bits. Hold on, let me get them off. Make sure they're straight. Here, let me not do that until it's fully dry. That way I can look at this side. I flatten these, fix these before I finish gluing them. There we go. Try to slide this down just a little bit. There we go. All right, let me just glue it in a few places. I need to put that magnet on too. All right, I'm gonna put some glue here in the inside. I'm gonna skedaddle it. Where did my... I don't know what happened to my bone fold. So if you see any like light coming through in the inside or something, just add some glue there. That way you don't have any, you know, openings or whatever. Makes it vulnerable to, you know, fall into pieces. And wipe this off. Yeah, like here, let me turn this over. And there's just like one. I used to play with Legos all the time when I was young. I had a lot of Legos. That's another thing I wish I would have kept. My gosh, they're so expensive these days. There we go. way is that? I think it's perfect. All right, let me put a magnet. Oh gosh. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. Oh, you heifer. Give me that. Well, at least I know where it goes. All right, let me let that. Oh my gosh, no, I haven't had a cold in like 20 years. I just choked on my own spit. You're like Jeremy. Gosh, he's like, he needs to be locked in a bubble. Let me hit this with the heat gun, and that way it will dry a little bit quicker. Goodness. I did. I like swallowed the wrong way. It's like I'm like 42 years old and my body still doesn't know how to function properly. How you go? All right. I don't really want to. Oh, well, maybe it's stuck on there pretty good. Okay. So, I think we finally got it. Even hiccup and all. Got it. And then, don't rip off. Whoop. Did I put it in the right spot? Yeah, I did. That's my evil laugh. All right. Let me wipe all the residue stuff from my desk. Yes, it fits, I think, a lot better than the first one. I don't know. I had a look, and you can even like put them side by side. They're about the same. So I'm making a book. Hopefully, it's in the press right now, and I'm using the deckled edge paper. I don't have it bound yet. I'm just pressing it down because it's chunky. I'm probably gonna do maybe 3 or 4 signatures because I think that's what it needs. So I'm trying to get them to flatten out just a little bit before I start messing with them. And I'm making a little tiny one. Waiting on that to dry so I can, put them in there like that. And that one. So, and then I got to put corners on that one. So I'm working. No, there ain't no way that fits in here because it's like, I think it's too long. The one I made the other day on live, no, that one's way too long. This is the no, it would stick up. It's got, if it didn't have the metal corners on it, maybe, but it's got to be the smaller. It's got to be this size. I mean, it probably, you could get away with it being a little bit taller, but not a wider cover, if that makes sense. Oh God, I don't want to pull on it yet because I'm scared it's not dry. There we go. This one is almost a whole inch bigger. I mean, it may. I don't know. Nope. It's like, if it was like probably a half an inch, not as wide, it probably would. But no, this one's it's too wide this way. The height's fine. Yeah. So, and this one's actually, this one is good and dry now. Like I could take it and, you know, mess with it. Because that's how I test my books. I sit there and I go like this as if a toddler was carrying it around and stuff. I want to make sure they work. But, oh, let me get all that off. But I think, oh, and then I think it came out pretty good. So this is the box of roses. Oh, that actually looks good over here like that too. I didn't really pay attention. I'm going to let it dry though before I start messing with it. And I have the book that I have under there for the signatures is this size. So hopefully it will fit in here like this. And this one, I actually have, hold on, I rewrote it. Let me see. I think that it follows this one right here. Yeah, so it's right here. So you can take a screenshot of that. And that's the size of the book that's in there right now. So, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I have a new book idea that I want to do. And I'll show you guys on Thursday, I think. Maybe Thursday. No, why did I say Thursday? What the heck is Thursday? Saturday. What am I talking about Thursday? I don't even know anymore. I think because I used to go live on Thursdays. Saturday. I'll probably make one before that. It's super easy. It's a lot easier than this. Yeah. This is House of Roses. Just came in. It's a revamp of a previous collection that they had. They just have more stuff with it. I know. I don't know. I don't know. It's 8 o'clock. I have no idea. I don't know. So, yeah, Saturday. And I think I have it pinned up in my profile when I'll be on. And if I have to do the 2-camera thing, then I'll just do that. That'll be. I just leave the one that I was using for my Restream over here. And I look like I'm building something. It looks crazy. So yeah. But other than that, I think mess up and all, it came out pretty good. So the measurements are good. It's just if you do it and you make this flap right here, you want to let it hang just a little bit more off of this. It needs that extra height. And I'm going to make myself a note in here. Oh yeah, you're like my in-laws who are over in Crossville. They're always an hour behind us. So yeah. Yeah, she's late to the party. She didn't see all the craziness. But other than that, I think this looks pretty good. I'm not sure if I'll put anything here on. Well, no, I don't want to put anything there. Um, I may put something right here. I don't know if I'll put something there. I'll have to figure it out. I could put something right here and right here, but I don't really want to put anything where it would sit on a shelf like that. I get kind of bougie with stuff and I overdo it. I mean, like I'm a space filler. If you ask my husband, he will he'll be like, "Look at our bedroom." Oh, yuck. I hate labs. Yeah. So I will be on Saturday. I have a new book that I want to do, and I think, or a book holder, like a hidden book. And I think I may tailor it to this one that I'm working on because this just, I, I like small books. I like making tiny books. So I'll probably do it on a small scale and do it with this. Actually, I think this could fit in my little box. I get inspiration from the weirdest places. This time it was a box that was sent to me with a wax stamp seal in it. And I'm like, oh, that would make a good book um, holder. So that's what I was doing. Oh yeah. What my mess ups are? Because I mess up all the time. You should see like things I mess up on. Like like I literally cut a flap of this off. I've done that before, and my husband will be watching me and he'll be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" Because I'll be just sitting there staring, and I'll be like thinking to myself, "This ain't right, and this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to do something different." And I'll start ripping things apart, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He thinks I'm having like a moment, like a freak out moment, and I'm not. I'm just trying to fix stuff. But I haven't found a problem, knock on wood, that I haven't been able to fix yet. I can fix anything, but now you know because you see me have to do it. And then once it all dries, it will be all nice and sandy. You won't even be able to tell. So, so just to recap, here's, oh, it's getting drier. There's our hidden book thing. I don't know what you holder, hidden book holder. That's what I call it. And it's basically a box. This actually could be like a book cover, even with the flaps. But all you do is you just add the box on there. And if you want to skip all of that and find a box that's already made and kind of make a cover to go with it, do that. You know. Oh, he's always left in shock. I honestly would think that nothing that I say or do surprises him anymore. But I did shock him the other night. I don't even know what I said. But he just like looked at me. He's like, the things that come out of your mouth, I don't use profanity or anything. Hidden book launcher. If I tell my kids it's a hidden book launcher, they will try to launch it out of there. But I shocked him the other night, but I don't remember what I said. I think we were watching Only Murders in the Building, and it had something to do with that, but I can't remember, and he won't tell me. I think he's enjoying it. So, yeah. And for those of you guys who do have pre-orders, I'm waiting on the other box, which both of them were supposed to be here tomorrow, and I'll get the pre-orders out. But one box came, and this is um, the next mixed media book that I'm gonna be doing is this one. And I don't know why, but I like this fat little Tuppo frog. I like this is either going to be on the back cover or a front. No, probably not a front cover or a spine. So, yeah. Hang on, my thing is doing something weird. So, yeah. So, I got all that in, and that's where this rose, I always want to say box of roses because I made a book out of it. House of Roses came out. I left the wipe on it on the cover too. Um, and this is the 22 single pad. I think I still have this in stock. I know I don't have the 8x8 mega pad in stock because I always sell out of the mega pads quick. So I know, isn't he cute? But I want to do something with him on it, but I just don't know what yet. And then I have the molds over here. I started going through the box. So, yeah. So on Saturday, I will be on and I'm going to try this new hidden book method thing. I know. I almost wish they did it with frogs alone, like different frogs in different positions, like one kind of hanging off of a lily pad with one leg hanging, like he's overlooking and thinking about life, stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. Definitely could have done frogs by itself. So yeah. But all right, you guys. Well, I am going to get off of here. Ugh, that just makes me so happy. This is what we did. And if you want to rewatch this, the measurements are right. Just make that one flap a little bit longer. And it was the hidden box holder for the book. Oh, there's my cap. And that's what we did starting at like 5 o'clock. So I'll be on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And also, I'm having a huge sale in my Etsy shop. There's a lot of 40% off stuff. So if you want to stock up on Christmas supplies early, do it now because they will not be put back into the store. They will be put in the vault until Christmas time. So you want to get it now. And there's other stuff on there too that's not Christmassy stuff that's on sale. All right, you guys. Well, I will see you guys on Saturday where I'll be making a new design book holder. And you guys have a nice rest of your week, and I will see you then.